Hello, good morning, and welcome to Mondays with May from Arts for All. My name is Mélissa Smith, and I am a teaching artist with Arts for All. If you've had me in your classroom, or if you've been watching right here, you might recognize me as Miss May. Hello. For those of you that don't know Arts for All offers accessible artistic opportunities for children in the New York City area. And during that, we're always incorporating our 5 core values, working to build self-confidence, self-expression, teamwork, resilience, and creativity in children. And while our focus remains in New York City, through all of our virtual learning content, we are so happy to have children from anywhere view our learning content and, of course, join us right here for Mondays with May with me. I'm coming to you from my apartment in Brooklyn, New York on Lenape land. I wonder where you might be watching from. Make sure you tell us in the comments where you're watching from. I just heard my dog pass by. That's Candy Girl. Guess what, everyone? Today, we are celebrating Black History Month. Woohoo! Happy Black History Month to everyone out there. I have a quick Black History Month quiz for everyone. Now, we celebrate Black History Month in February. That's true. But the question is, do we only celebrate Black history in February? No way. No. Okay, should we celebrate Black history every month of the year? Yes, absolutely. Okay, next question. Is learning and celebrating Black history only important for Black people? No way! It's for everyone. Last question. Is Black history American history? Yes, it is. Black history is American history. And the month of February was deemed Black History Month because someone noticed along the way that Black history was not being taught alongside American history the way it should. So they decided first it was a week, Black History Week, to tell and share stories of Black achievements and Black resilience. And then it expanded to a month, which is this month, February. All right. So all month long, we're going to be celebrating Black history. but we're going to be celebrating Black History all the time, especially this month. All right, let's get started with our warm-up. I'm going to stand up on my feet, copy me as best you can, but change anything you need if you need to make any adjustments to feel more comfortable and safe in your body and in your space. All right, I'm going to start by sending my energy up. Can you send your energy upwards? That could look different on different bodies depending on how you're feeling. Upwards energy, and then down, downwards energy. Send your energy down and up, upwards energy. Send that energy up and down, downwards energy. And again, send that energy up, and downwards energy. All right, now I'm going to reach over to one side, reach and stretch, and say, ooh, ooh. And the other way, reach and stretch, and say, ah, ah. And I'm going to open real wide. I'm going to say, oh, wow, 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 wow. Then I'm going to do and say, twist. Both ways. Twist. Let's do that sequence again. Ooh. Ah. Wow, 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 wow. Twist. Twist. One last time. Ooh. Ah. Wow, 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 wow. Twist. Twist. Good. Now I'm going to isolate my head. I'm looking up to my ceiling, down to my toes, up to my ceiling, down to my toes, ceiling, toes, ceiling, toes, ceiling, toes, ceiling, toes, ceiling, toes, ceiling, toes, and nod your head. Say yes. Yes. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Say yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now I'm looking over one shoulder, over the other shoulder, over one shoulder, over the other shoulder. Look from shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to shoulder. Look shoulder, 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 shoulder. And shake your head. Say no, no way. No way. Say no, no way. Say no means no. That's right. You got to practice using your voice. Now we're going to move our shoulders. Can you move your shoulders like a bicycle? I think I'm feeling groovy today. And the other direction, moving like a bicycle. Yeah, my elbows are getting in there. They're invited to the party. You can get your elbows involved. Going the other way again. And now I'm going to lift my shoulders up, say, I don't know. Lift your shoulders up, say, I don't know. Drop them, lift them up, shrug them up high. Say, I don't know. Why are you asking me so many questions I don't know the answers to? And drop your shoulders and give your shoulders a shimmy. Shimmy and shake. Shake those shoulders. And now we are going to bend our knees and we are going to use our arms, pretend that we are a train. So we're going to chug like a train. We're going to chug, 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 chug. Let me hear ya. Chew, chew. Let's do it again. Ready? Chugga, 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 chugga. Bend those knees and chugga, chugga, chugga. Yes, very nice. Now we're going to move our hips. We're going to do our hip bumps. I'm going to hip bump 8 times over this way, then 8 times this way, then 4, 4, then 2, then 2, then back and forth. Ready? Really get those hips swinging. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Very nice. Okay, now we are going to shake, shake, shake our whole body. We're going to count down from 10 all the way to 0. You can count with me. And when we get to 0, we're going to get ready to dive right into a book. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, friends, today's book is called The Undefeated. It is a book by Kwame Alexander with illustrations by Kadir Nelson. This book is a poem with beautiful illustrations, and I'm going to take myself out of the picture and just share the poem with you. And then at the end of the poem, we'll hear what Kwame Alexander had to say about what he was thinking when he wrote this poem. Okay, so here's the beautiful cover. The Undefeated. Do you know what this word means? Undefeated. Undefeated. Defeat is like when you lose. So undefeated is like can't lose, won't lose, unstoppable, winner, champion. Those are all some words for undefeated. The Undefeated. This is for the unforgettable, the swift and sweet ones who hurdled history and opened a world of possible. The ones who survived America by any means necessary, and the ones who didn't. This is for the undeniable, the ones who scored with chains on one hand and faith in the other. This is for the unflappable, the sophisticated ones who box adversity and tackle vision, who shine their light for the world to see and don't stop till the break of dawn. This is for the unafraid, the audacious ones who carried the red, white, and weary blues on the battlefield to save an imperfect union. The righteous marching ones who sang, "We shall not be moved because Black lives matter." This is for the unspeakable. This is for the unspeakable. This is for the unspeakable. This is for the unlimited, unstoppable ones, the dreamers and doers who swim across the big sea of our imagination and show us the majestic shores of the promised land. The Wilma Rudolphs, the Muhammad Alis, the Althea Gibson, the Jesse Owenses, the Jordans, the LeBrons, the Serenas and the Cheryls, the Reese Whitleys, and the undiscovered. This is for the unbelievable, the wee real cool ones. This is for the unbending, the black as night is beautiful ones. This is for the underdogs and the uncertain, the unspoken, but no longer untitled. This is for the undefeated. This is for you and you and you. This is for us. And that was the poem. And now these words are so little, but I want to share with you what Kwame Alexander had to say about when he wrote this poem. He says he started writing this poem in 2008. That was the year that his second daughter, Samaya, was born. And 3 months later, Barack Obama became the first African American president of the United States. And this poem was his tribute to both. Does anyone out there remember Barack Obama? Was anyone alive during the Barack Obama era who's watching? Now, he said he wanted to establish from the very beginning that much of what he's talking about in this poem, so much of American history has been forgotten and left out of textbooks, and that to truly know who we are as a country, we have to accept and embrace all of our woes and wonder. Now, woes, that word means things that are not the happy parts. The woes are things that are more sad, or like the parts where you don't feel like you're winning. Okay, so he said he wrote this poem because he wanted his daughters to know how we got to this historic moment, or as the famous Mahalia Jackson spiritual says, "You know my soul, look back and wonder, how did I make it over?" He says, I wrote a poem about Black Olympians such as Jesse Owens and Wilma Rudolph undermining the false narrative of white superiority by racing to gold in front of the whole world, about Malcolm X urging Blacks to fight for freedom, justice, and equality, no matter the method or the cost, about enslaved Africans pushing on with unwavering fighting spirit of hope and faith that one day they would be free, or that their children or their children's children would become the master of their own destinies. About Langston Hughes and Zora Neale Hurston and the Harlem Renaissance, about cultural expression and liberation and the Black arts movement, about Dr. King's acceptance speech for the 1964 Nobel Peace Prize, about a promised land without racial injustice, poverty, and war, about civil rights marchers chanting, "We shall overcome," and demonstrating across the South, about Jack Johnson and Muhammad Ali boxing racial prejudice in and out of the ring, about Black Civil War soldiers saving a union that refused to see them as equals, about Black Lives Matter, about Black Lives Matter because we are Americans, because we are human beings. But mostly, he says, I wrote this poem to remind Samaya, his daughter, and her friends and her family and all of you to remind himself to never give up, because as Maya Angelou wrote, we may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. It may even be necessary to encounter the defeat so that we can know who we are, so that we can see, oh, that happened, and I rose. I did get knocked down flat in front of the whole world, and I rose. Keep rising. So at the end there, it kind of mentions that even though some parts of history are not nice or fun to remember, it's good to say, oh, that's where we came from. That's what we're fighting against, so that we can know which direction we want to go in, so that we're careful not to go back and repeat those things. All right. I really enjoyed that poem, that book. It's called The Undefeated. And there was so many historical figures in there. And I'm going to make sure you have some resources to dive a little deeper into those later. But now I feel like dancing. So let's do it. All right, friends, it says get ready for a 60-second dance break, but today we're going to do double. We're going to, because it's Black History Month, and I make the rules so we can dance as long as we want. So today we're dancing to a song called A Little Respect, and it is a tribute to the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, and it's by DJ Willy. Wow. So we're going to dance. We're going to move our bodies. Get up with me. Move your body any way you like. We're going to do double. We're going to do 2-minute dance break.
Put some respect on Aretha's name. First lady in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. 18 Grammys, back the Soul Train. Sisters in the background. Her voice, the sound, the long pretty gown. Strong black woman who wears the crown. Hair done, nails done, loved by everyone. Singing to the world at the top of her lungs. You know, MLK had something to say. The king called the queen, she was on the way. Her voice gave life to civil rights. Leading in the freedom, people came to see them. Dreaming and believing one day they will treat them like equal human beings. It was time to put an end to all the things that we were seeing. Take a field trip with Willy. We can see the museums. Show love and respect. For the Queen of Soul, let her story be told. A little respect. Show love and respect. For the Queen of Soul, let her story be told. A little respect. Respect your name, heart and soul is her legacy. My spirit still lives on. My spirit still lives on. Freedom reign. Lord have mercy, that woman can sing. Heaven sent a true testament. She flew to D.C. to represent not one, not two, but 3 presidents. Ask Obama and your mama. Medal of Freedom, the highest honor. Aretha Franklin got the highest honor. Show love and respect.
Well, I definitely could have kept on dancing, but let's cool it down. Let's bring it down a little bit. I'm going to find a real comfortable position to sit in. Will you take 3 deep breaths with me? I'm going to use my hands to scoop the air around me. Take these big breaths. Here we go. One more. Give yourself a big squeeze and a little rub and a pat on the back. Just give yourself a little loving because you deserve it. All right, as promised, I'm going to give you some resources to dig in deeper to what we're talking about today. So the book, The Undefeated, had so many historical references. Wow, so many. There's just chock full. So I'm going to put a link in the comments for you to go. There's a resource that you can learn more about all of the historical references that were made. And if you want to dig even deeper, depending on your writing level and your access to computers and research, there's projects on there that you can keep researching beyond what's given. And it encourages like doing a biography on a historical figure. So that's pretty cool. Another thing now, as you may know, this is our second year doing Mondays with May, which I'm super grateful for. So last year, we also celebrated Black History Month on Mondays with May. And I'm going to, throughout the month, be sharing some of the videos that I shared last year with you again as a reminder for people who have been with us or as an introduction for some newer viewers. So we're going to put some links too from things that we shared last year because they're still good. It's even better with time, maybe. And lots of links today. And then last week, I think it was a couple weeks ago, I had Miss Kimberly Stewart help introduce Peanut Butter Week. Well, she celebrates Black history all year long. And she has a program called the Black History Museum. It's a year-long program celebrating Black history figures. And she just released a new episode. And so we're going to put that link in the comments as well. And you can tune in there whenever you please and watch an episode of the Black History Museum from Miss Kim. And I encourage you to keep celebrating Black History Month, listen to music by Black artists, keep dancing. And I'm just gonna play that song we were listening to and keep on dancing and keep thinking about Obama and your mama, like the song says. Well, that's all for us today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you've been enjoying Mondays with May, would you take a super quick survey? It's like 2 questions. That link's in the comments if you can take that survey. And I hope you have a good week. I'll see you next time.
For the queen of soul, let a story be told, a little respect. For the love of the movement, the music, the history,